Good morning, everybody. It is nearly 4 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, I got days and nights mixed up. What can I tell you? Anyway, I wanted to jump on here and add a quick video about. I was just watching on Netflix a series called Explained, and they're like about 15 to 20, maybe 25 minutes long, little clips of certain things, including a female orgasm and the oil boom and, hothouse gases. I mean, they're really informative, and, it only takes you a few minutes to watch them. So they had a one about racial wealth gap. Now, I've known for years, because I grew up in the 60s, and I knew for years that there has always been a racial disparity for wealth among black people. And I just didn't understand it, is that a lot of black people, for example, were during the time that I was working, there was affirmative action where they would be able to go to college and they would be considered for jobs, so the company could be more racially diversified. I get it, it's fine. I was listening in that episode, the racial wealth gap. Senator Cory Booker came on, and his dad was a hardworking man, and of course, the ultimate level of saying that you're wealthy, and I don't mean that in a money sense, like having $1 million. But to know that you made it is to own your own home. That was pounded into me for years. And I was blessed that even though I had weird circumstances, I had a coughing episode earlier, forgive me. I've owned 3 homes. And weird circumstances, I was able to get them, obviously all legit, but I was blessed. It was a lot of work, though, and that is why now that I choose, I'm going to be 68 here in a few weeks, I choose not to buy another home, because the atmosphere of greed that is in the housing market right now. I divested here. And he was saying about his dad, his mom and dad had hired a real estate agent to take them. And this was, I believe, in the late 60s, to go see houses. And they were very discouraged from buying in this neighborhood or that neighborhood, and because they were black, they were being steered towards black neighborhoods. And so his father, I would love to meet this man, hired an attorney, and what they did is they found the house, and they got a white couple to pose that they wanted to buy this house. This was so brilliant. God, I love it. And everything went through. The white couple made a bid on the house, and it was accepted, and came time for the day of closing, where title transfers from the old owner to the new owner, and that's a big day in your life. Let me tell you, that is the most wonderful feeling when you hold that brass key and you know that that house is yours. It's a thing. So in the real estate office, and I hope I don't get the facts wrong, but you need to watch that episode. And Cory Booker's dad had his attorney and Mr. Booker. They came walking into the office, and they're like, the real estate agent's like, "What's up with you?" Well, the attorney goes, "No, we made the bid on behalf of the Booker family." And the real estate agent was so mad that he got duped over discrimination that the real estate attorney punched Mr. Booker's attorney in the office there. Are you kidding me? And of course, the deal did go through. They legally had to do it. They signed the papers. The Bookers became homeowners. And that in turn, by buying house number 1, they were able to live in a few years. They sold it at a little bit of a profit, bought house number 2. You know how that works. So they were able to build a little bit of wealth. And God bless them, they were brilliant. I'm like, I never heard that story before. Anyway, in that episode also, one of the commentators said that if you have a group of college graduates, white, black, Hispanic, whatever, especially like in the 60s and 70s, 80s, usually the black graduates were the first ones in their family to go to college, that their family sacrificed for them to go to college, okay? Send them off to school, and they became successful. Let's say they became an accountant. This person became a CPA. Make a good buck. Okay, Mr. Jones becomes an accountant. He worked hard through 4 or 5 years of school, and the commentator said something that was very interesting. And again, you got to watch that episode where black graduates did not have to struggle as hard to get jobs, to get housing, to make it in life because of them being white. In other words, they already had some wealth in the family that Mr. Brown, the white person, Mr. Brown, graduated with as a CPA, and he went to go work. Well, his dad had connections, and he got him a good position at ABC Accounting Company. Okay, so it was a little bit more of a struggle for a black worker to get their foot into the door, but now they are working at this ABC Accounting Company. But also that because Mr. Jones, the black person, was the first generation, the first person, really, to have wealth in the family. Instead of him investing in himself, buying a house, and everything else, everybody in the family was asking him for help, and he'd give it. Can you help me with a down payment on a house? Can you help, send my kids to private school? Whatever that dynamics was, is that the black people were more helping their own because they had wealth now to spread. And instead of just keeping it to themselves, they're helping their poorer relations. I got that out right. Okay, good. And, and hopefully that generated a new level of wealth in the family. But that's why, and I could never understand until I heard that, why it was, there was such a gap. It is because this was the first time Black families had wealth, even moderate wealth, to use. And, they invested in their family. And I'm sure, like all families, my own included, you gave and you gave and you gave, and you didn't get anything back. But that's what parents do, and oh well. But just the way it was said, and I really, again, I hate to say it, but please watch it. If you have Netflix, you gotta watch it. And I mean, I knew that there was, but the Cory Booker, the parent story, wow, that was something. So, yeah, we had to figure this out. Anyway, talk to you soon.